behalf of the Stonewall Columbus Board of Trustees, I want to warmly welcome all of you to this momentous occasion as we unveil the 4th LGBTQ+ historical marker in Ohio. It's truly an honor to stand here today and celebrate this incredible milestone with you. First and foremost, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to the amazing and incredible staff of Stonewall Columbus. Your dedication, hard work, and passion have made this event possible. From advocating for this marker to securing its place in history, your efforts have ensured that the legacy of Stonewall Columbus will be recognized and remembered for generations to come. We are so grateful for everything you do to uplift and support our community. I'd also like to express our deep gratitude to the Ohio Historical Society for recognizing the significance of Stonewall Columbus as a vital third space for the LGBTQ+ community. For decades, Stonewall has been a place where queer individuals could come together, find connection, and build a sense of belonging. This marker is a testament to the power of community and the importance of preserving our shared history. It also reflects the mission of Stonewall Columbus, to uplift the LGBTQ+ community through advocacy, connection, and celebration. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the members of our Board of Trustees who are here with us today. Dr. Brooks, who is the Vice Chair of our board, is right here in front. Okay. And you'll be hearing from Marshall Troxel, who is our Secretary here, in just a few minutes. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to our mission. We are also honored to have an elected official joining us today, Columbus City Council President Shannon Hardin, who you will be hearing from shortly as well. Your presence here speaks volumes about your support for the LGBTQ+ community, and we are grateful for your partnership in creating a more inclusive and equitable society. As we celebrate this historic moment, let us remember that this marker is not just a symbol of the past, it's a beacon for the future. It reminds us of the progress we've made and the work that still lies ahead to ensure that every member of our community feels seen, valued, and supported. Thank you all for being here today to share in this celebration. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Alexandria Ingley, the Community Engagement Manager at Ohio History Connection. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's so wonderful to see you. I don't know why that had to go behind my back. I'm so happy to be here. Yes, I am Alexandria, Alex is among friends, Ingley. I'm with the Ohio History Connection and I have the privilege of supporting our community engagement work in that department. And I'm just going to have a few remarks with you and then celebrate Stonewall on behalf of their work for the marker. On behalf of the Ohio History Connection, thank you for inviting me to participate in the marker dedication today. The Ohio Historical Markers Program began in 1953, and it's a program that we are very, very proud of. It's the kind of program that allows local communities to identify, honor, and commemorate the important people, places, and events that have contributed to the past, and to share those stories in a visible and lasting way. The mission of the Ohio History Connection is to spark the discovery of Ohio's stories, embrace the present, share the past, and transform the future. We strive to do this every day, but we cannot do it alone. Historical markers and the people who create them, support them, and enjoy them contribute to this mission as well. There are now approximately, 1,850 historical markers across the state of Ohio, each telling a unique piece of Ohio's history. Your marker honoring Stonewall Columbus now joins other state markers in telling the story of Ohio. You are to be commended for taking the initiative to identify this important historical aspect of your community. So please, honestly, a round of applause, pats on the back. Thank you so much for being able to be part of this today and to celebrate something of this magnitude. The marker we are dedicating today was made possible through the vision, dedication, and hard work of many people. I would like to particularly thank Stonewall Columbus. Individuals at Stonewall Columbus came together around an important Ohio story, and dreamed of a way to memorialize that story in their community. They came together to research and submit the initial marker application, to put together the funding to both purchase and install the marker, and to do all the unforeseen jobs that led to today's celebration. The Ohio History Connection's role was to guide and advise them through the process by helping them to research and to refine the final marker text you read here today, and to follow the marker through its production at CUA Studios in Marietta, Ohio. It is tremendously our pleasure to partner with you and to tell this important story in Ohio history. To mark this special event, I am very proud to present a commendation from the Ohio History Connection's Executive Director, Megan Wood, and our Board of Trustees. And I'm just going to read it really quickly and then I get to step off. The Ohio History Connection commends Stonewall Columbus for furthering the knowledge of our state's heritage by placing an Ohio historical marker to tell the story of Stonewall Union and Stonewall Columbus and its important place in Columbus, Franklin County, and Ohio history. Signed on October 10th, 2025 by Megan Wood and Charles Moses, the President of our Board of Trustees. And in addition, there is an official proclamation from the Governor's Office to come to also celebrate and honor today's marker. And with that, I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming Councilmember President Shannon Harding to come on up. Thank you so much again.
Keep on clapping for Alex. She's so cool. We would not be here for Ohio History Connection. And Alex, show everybody your shoes again. That's all I was looking at while you were speaking. Like, that was a pretty fly and deserve a round of applause on their own. I often say that what we build, the brick and mortar, in this case, the metal in the soil that we place, speaks to the values of who we are. Because they last longer than sometimes flesh and blood. And if that be true, then what does placing this marker with these words, with our history on it mean about the values of our city? I think it means that we value inclusivity, that we remember our elders. Where's Steve Schellenberger? It means that we tell the story not just for today, but for tomorrow as well. It's that we celebrate the current, whereas Denzel Portis, our executive director, let's celebrate Denzel and his amazing work. It means that we remember and we appreciate the hard work of past directors like Ms. Carla Rothman. So often it is felt as though our history has been hidden here in Columbus and around the country. We all know the times that we live in. We all know the fights that we're up against. I think that this marker, more than anything of telling the story and recognizing, remembering a day, and I think it was Steve that tells the story about the first prize where we literally had to shield ourselves, where they had to shield themselves, where they would donate money but only cash so they would not be traced back to them. And we get pride from that, from their strength, from how they stood up for us. But I hope that this marker today also gives energy for the folks who are fighting today. They've done their part. The shoulders of the folks that we have stood on have gotten us to this point. There are new fights that are ours and ours alone. And it's going to matter who stands up, who speaks up, who speaks out, who is not afraid. It is why we created the first ever LGBTQ plus commission on LGBTQ rights right here in the city of Columbus for the first time. Enshrined in our code that from here on out, regardless of who is in elected office, they're going to have to listen to us. we will have a seat at the table. We will tell our story and we will advocate for our future. For all those who are interested in serving, the application period is open right now. I think it goes through the 5th, I'm so off the remarks, I don't know. It goes through the 14th of October. We did this in partnership with the mayor and with Marshall. Marshall led this effort at City Hall, and we're so grateful for him. So today, we celebrate our history. We thank the folks who came before us. But I hope we also gird ourselves up for what is to come. It does not get easier from here. It actually gets a little harder. But what they teach us is that it gets also better on the other side. If we have the guts, if we have the heart, if we have the stick-witness, we will stick up for our trans youth. We will stick up for those who are trying to erase books. We will stick up and push back against the State House, who is being crazy as hell right now. If we have the guts, we'll be all right. It's not mine. It is my dear friend, representative from the mayor's office, Mr. Marshall Troxell.
Good afternoon, everybody. Great to be with you today, and thank you all so much for taking the time to be with us during this really historic moment in recognizing the history of Stonewall Columbus and of our community here in the city of Columbus. My name is Marshall Troxell. I have the privilege of serving as Assistant Director of Community Affairs in the office of Mayor Andrew J. Ginther, and I also serve as Board of Trustee here at Stonewall Columbus. It's an honor to be with you here today as we dedicate this Ohio historical marker commemorating the founding of Stonewall Union, an organization that today we know as Stonewall Columbus. I'd like to begin by expressing my gratitude to Alex Ingley and her team at the Ohio History Connection for their partnership in recognizing this important moment in our history. It's thanks to the Ohio Historical Marker Program that we have over 1,800 markers like this one across our state, memorializing our community's diverse and vibrant history. I also want to thank our leadership here at Stonewall Columbus, Denzel Portia, Stonewall's Executive Director, and Kay Terry Smith, our Board President. We appreciate their leadership, particularly at a time when many people in our community are facing new and ongoing challenges. This historical marker will serve as a reminder to all of us to never forget our history, both the tremendous progress that we've made and the echoes of intolerance and exclusion that unfortunately still find resonance today. When Stonewall Union was founded in 1981, LGBTQ people in Columbus and across the country lived with few legal protections, little political representation, and the pervasive threat of discrimination. And yet, in the decades since, we've seen profound progress. Just over 10 years ago, marriage equality became the law of the land, and just 5 years after that, federal civil rights law was expanded to include LGBTQ workers. Here in the city of Columbus, we've established comprehensive non-discrimination protections for our city's LGBTQ residents, workers, and visitors, in addition to building enduring institutions of support and advocacy. Like the Council President mentioned, we're excited to be forming the LGBTQ Plus Affairs Commission here at the city, and do encourage folks who are interested in serving on that body to take the time to apply, reach out with any questions. We look forward to working with you and many others to continue the work that we've been doing to embrace our community. However, this historical marker also reminds us that the work of advocating for equality, justice, and freedom for all is never truly complete. It is the responsibility of every generation to carry that work forward, always with respect for and appreciation of the history that led us to this moment. Today, as we dedicate this marker, let it stand as both a tribute to the courageous leaders who came before us and a charge to all of us to continue building a more inclusive and just future. And it is now my honor to introduce someone who is leading that work with vision and passion, the Executive Director of Stonewall Columbus, Denzel Portia.
I'm a hugger. I don't know why I didn't hug more. Thank you all so much for being here. Most folks know I as much as I do speak out in public, it always makes me nervous. So I always have my words prepared. It also keeps my ADHD brain on point and on focus as well. So good afternoon, friends and neighbors. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you for being here at Stonewall Columbus Community Center, a moment that is both a celebration and a recognition. Today, we dedicate an Ohio historical marker that recognizes more than 4 decades of LGBTQ people in Central Ohio who insisted on being seen, valued, and included, and who built community every step of the way. I want to begin by thanking our board and staff, and in particular CJ Martin. One of CJ's first tasks when he started was to work with me to carry this out, to carry this initiative over the finish line. Thank you, CJ. I also thank our volunteers, our elders, and our movement builders, our partners and our allies, and the Ohio History Connection for honoring this history, our history, queer history. To everyone who ever marched, called a legislator, staffed a table, opened a door, or showed up for a neighbor, you are the reason for this marker. Stonewall Columbus began in 1981 with a simple but radical idea that visibility and connection save lives. From organizing one of the city's first and earliest pride marches, to building programs that meet people where they are, to convening a festival and resource fair that now engages hundreds of thousands across our region. This work has always been about people finding one another and finding the courage to live out loud. This marker doesn't tell just a story about the past. It names who we are in the present. It sits here in the short north, where so many have come to feel at home. And it points toward a future where our community is not just surviving, but thriving. It honors those we have lost to AIDS, to violence, to indifference. It honors the trans and non-binary people who continue to face disproportionate risk. It honors Black and brown LGBTQ neighbors whose labor and leadership often went uncredited. And it honors the everyday acts of courage, coming out to a friend, showing up to a meeting, offering a hand. That is what made this movement in Central Ohio real. I often say Stonewall's values are verbs: history, visibility, inclusion, connection, and accountability. History grounds us, so we remember who lifted us up. Visibility reminds us that when we stand in the light, others can find their way. Inclusion calls us to widen our welcome and center those too often left at the margins. Connection turns a building into a community. And accountability ensures we keep learning, we keep listening, and we keep earning the trust of those we serve. You can see those verbs here at work today, in the programs that support families on their pathway to parenthood, in the trainings that help schools and workplaces and faith communities show up with care. It is our CARES navigation that links people to affirming health and mental resources. In daytime spaces like the Stonewall Cafe, welcoming a new and third space. In Pride, which is both celebration and civic engagement, a reminder that joy can be a strategy. A historical marker is made of metal, but is not a moment of stillness. It is a mile marker on a road we are still traveling together. The next chapters will be written by the young people learning language to describe who they are, by parents and caregivers showing up with love, by businesses choosing inclusion as a practice, by public leaders who understand that equity makes our city stronger, and by each of us choosing community over comfort and courage over cynicism. To our elders, I'm not looking at Steve. Thank you for your persistence. To our partners and allies, thank you for your solidarity. To those who are just finding us, welcome. And to everyone gathered here, may this marker remind us that progress is possible when we do it together, and that it makes this work seem not finished, but movement building. I invite us into a brief moment of gratitude for those who came before us, for those standing with us now, and for those who will follow. On behalf of Stonewall Columbus, thank you for witnessing this moment. May we honor it by building the future where every LGBTQ person in Central Ohio is truly seen and thriving. With that, I'd like to invite the Stonewall staff and board to join me as we unveil the marker. Come on up here. Thank you. Oh, yes. Can we not? I'm not going to be invited. Come on, everybody, get over here. Closer, not behind me, behind the marker. So behind you. You guys hold this down for the okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move forward. If you haven't stopped into the cafe, also enjoy a little cafe treat. And then if you are coming back later on, 7:30, come out for Stonewall tonight. Have your ticket. So thank you all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.